What message is this nation sending right now, and how does the U.S. respond?
Well, the message that North Korea is sending is one of defiance. He's getting into President Trump's face, defying him with this ICBM launch, which shows a significant increase in their capability. Now, what response? There's two options now that don't look very good. One, diplomacy, because of the Warmbier treatment of North Korea, the terrible treatment. No one's really in the mood for that. The other is short-term military strike, which I think would be disastrous. So in between, you have to talk to the Chinese about them being tougher on North Korea. You have to look at more cyber efforts to degrade their nuclear and missile capability. And then eventually you have to set up some kind of discussion, perhaps the six-party talks, perhaps China being an arbiter, being a mediator. But right now the options are not good.
And President Trump is tweeting about China again, Bruce, to your expertise. He talks about the trade increasing between China and North Korea and the fact that China has not been helpful on this. Why not? And is that true, that China's actually increased its economic partnership with North Korea?
Well, look, the Chinese and North Korea have a long trading relationship, and one that the Chinese do have a great deal of influence on North Korea and their ability to influence their actions. And I think that's one of the reasons it's so important for the president to look at the bilateral trade relationship in the context of the security relationship as well, and use the tools that we as the United States have, use them wisely.
When you were going through some of the options, Governor Richardson, I'm not sure I heard much on military action, which is something investors I know are pondering, the likelihood. What do you think the probability is at this point? I know it's something the U.S. has been considering, what, since the 90s?
Well, I don't think it's a viable option, because what you don't want to do is start a huge international brush fire there. We've got 50,000 American troops in Japan. We've got 30,000 in South Korea. We've got 25 million South Koreans on the DMZ in the city of Seoul. You've got China out there being a geopolitical foe. I think what you want to do is find some kind of diplomacy. I think previous administrations have rejected the military option for good reason. Now, you know, if it really threatens the United States at some point, which is not there yet in terms of the nuclear warhead. There is the ICBM missile development streaking across. I think you have to look at all options, put it on the table, but right now there are no good options. Increase sanctions, I think that makes sense. Chinese banks, put more pressure, I think, as the Deputy Secretary said, on China, because they have real leverage and they're not willing to exercise it. And then look at a diplomatic path. Maybe those 3 Americans that are still detained find a way to start talk based on their potential humanitarian return to the United States, and one from Canada, by the way.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.